Welcome to RDNA. I am Mr. Williams. Um, come to you this morning to talk about the execution of Nathaniel Woods in Alabama. This brother was executed for his alleged involvement in the shooting of three Birmingham, Alabama police officers in 2004. You know, some people would say that the details about the situation are murky, but from everything that I've heard, it didn't seem too murky to me. The cops bust into a place where they thought Mr. Woods was, and to serve a misdemeanor warrant, but for some reason, cops like to kick in doors for misdemeanors for black people. But so when they bust into this house, one of the other occupants inside the home, pretty much when the cops busted in, right away started shooting. And Nathaniel Woods was pepper sprayed by police, and in the midst of the burn from pepper spray or whatever, he ran out of the house, pretty much, and across the street and sat down. And while all this was going on, his friend who was inside the home still shot two more police officers, and they died. And the friend confessed to it. He was tried and sentenced to death. And but that wasn't enough. They decided that they wanted to charge Nathaniel Woods with capital murder as well. And his lawyers believing that there's no way this man could have known that, first of all, the cops was coming with the warrant, and that the other person in the house was going to start shooting the police. And common sense, I feel like says all of that. But as with anything that involves police officers, of course, the people of Birmingham wanted blood, and the blood of the man who actually committed the murders, fired the shots, was not enough. So they also decided to hold Nathaniel Woods accountable. And he was offered a plea bargain for 20 years. That his lawyer at the time advised him not to take, because, again, they believed that they could get him off completely. Which, why wouldn't they believe that if he didn't do nothing? He didn't shoot nobody. He wasn't there committing a crime. So, pretty much this brother got railroaded. He hadn't actually committed a crime to die for. And last night he was executed. When we think about, so much that has to be done. We think right now it's political season. So, everybody's talking about politics. And how we need this person to represent us or this or that. Talk to this person, what this vote means and this and that. Like I said in the video yesterday, everything, it's all important. It's all important. All of it's connected. A terrible racist system sentenced that man to death when he didn't actually do anything. He was someplace where some other shit happened. The cops came, the other guy started shooting, the cops died. But they weren't there committing a crime, and now he dead because of that. On top of the 16 years he had spent in prison, waiting to die. And it's the funny thing about that is that the first thing I heard about this was this week. And I consider myself an informed person. You know, that brother just gone. Ain't nothing that nobody can do to bring him back or nothing. Everybody, all anybody can do now is look back and say, oh man, that was messed up. You know, so I mean, unless you're gonna do something I say this all the time, people, we do not lack power, we lack will. We lack collective will. We all have, like, everybody that contributes to YouTube or whatever social media platform you put your stuff out on. You know, we contribute. And we have to remind people that it is not power that we lack will, mobilization, all that. There's so many ideas that I believe could work for change, but they require will, collective will, not my will. My will can't drag millions of people across the finish line. It's going to take the will of millions of people to drag us all across the finish line. But it can all be done, and what it requires is will. This backward system, this oppression, all of it can be turned around, but we have to have collective will. And it's a shame that we got to watch death after death after death after death after death. You know, and there's hours of videos decrying how terrible the system is. And it is terrible, especially for us. It's Mr. Williams, RDNA. I'm out.